the kid.
To break some news and make an entrance. 3. Congratulations.
Thank you, boo.
3 under 3 months.
Oh my God, they have us like
I know.
in the forest
I
here.
look like I'm surprised, right?
How are you?
I want to see that, but that bump looks so
Thank
cute.
you.
But the question is, how are you? How are you?
Looks like Drake is all up in his feelings again. And this time it's because Rihanna is expecting another baby. Just when it seemed like he had moved on and grown up, Rihanna announces she's pregnant with her 3rd child with A$AP Rocky. And Drake clearly isn't handling it well. Now he's out here dropping not-so-subtle hints, acting weird, and basically having a meltdown in front of everyone. Whether it's jealousy, regret, or some kind of midlife crisis, one thing's clear. He doesn't seem okay watching the woman he once loved start a whole family with someone else. So let's talk about what's going on. Rihanna shocked everyone once more. Yes, for the 3rd time. While people were busy waiting for her to slay the Met Gala red carpet with another show-stopping outfit, she flipped the whole plan. Instead of arriving in high fashion, she gave fans something even bigger. Confirmation that baby number 3 is on the way. Rumors had already started a few weeks before when fans spotted her in Barbados, looking more low-key than usual and possibly showing a small bump. As expected, the internet went wild, zooming in on photos and analyzing every angle like it was some kind of investigation. But no one thought the confirmation would come so fast, or in such a bold way. People also started looking back at her. Recent fashion choices, especially during A$AP Rocky's court case. She was often seen in oversized coats, loose jackets, and always holding her purse in front of her stomach. Now those choices make a lot more sense. It's obvious she was trying to keep the news quiet while still standing by Rocky. And honestly, it makes sense why she waited. The trial was serious. The pressure was high, and Rihanna has always been smart about timing. Announcing a pregnancy during something that serious wouldn't just be awkward. It would have shifted attention away from what was really important.
New necklace made out of 42 engagement ring diamonds. Each diamond is said to represent a woman he's thought about proposing to. First of all, this is maniac behavior. Drake, seriously, you have to let that hurt go, okay? You got more almost rings than LeBron James, all right? But you had 42 different women that you wanted to propose to? 42? And why do you buy a new ring every time? Why not buy one really good ring and wait until you find one really good woman to give?
Instead, she chose to stay quiet, kept everything personal, and waited until the timing felt right. Now that the trial is over and all eyes are on her again, she revealed the news the way she wanted, just like she always does. But the signs were there if you paid attention. Like when she and Rocky joked about naming their next baby after the lawyer who helped him beat those gun charges. The lawyer himself said, "Rihanna and Rocky pulled me aside in court and told me, our next baby is ASAP Joe." Rihanna even gave a subtle hint a few days ago by posting an old picture of Rocky holding one of their kids and captioned it, "Number 3 soon." So while the reveal was definitely exciting, it wasn't a total shock to everyone. Still, people were thrilled and celebrated the news. Well, almost everyone. Her ex, Drake, wasn't exactly jumping for joy. And if there's one thing we've learned over the years, it's that Drake hasn't really let go of Rihanna. So it's not surprising that he's spiraling again. Some fans even started talking about a possible wedding between Rocky, but she kept things vague and didn't give a clear answer when asked about it.
Rihanna's man leaps for joy straight into the arms of the superstar singer after a jury finds him not guilty in his gun assault trial. With his feet flying up in the air, the pair embrace while supporters cheer.
Bump down, bump down.
The judge has to call on everyone to quiet down. Outside the Los Angeles courthouse, more chaos as the celebrity couple is mobbed by cameras. Rihanna finally has enough of the shouting crowd and throws out her hand to silence them.
How you thinking?
Drake probably lost it when he saw the baby announcement. You just know he was somewhere pacing, crying, maybe even texting someone he shouldn't. The man has never really let go of Rihanna, and this whole Rocky situation keeps triggering him. Over and over. Drake's issue with ASAP Rocky isn't random. It's been brewing for years. Every time Rocky and Rihanna made headlines, Drake would find a way to get messy. Unprovoked. Take his track Family Matters, for example. He came hard. For Rocky, throwing shots left and right. Rocky talking that shit, getting gassed because you hit my BM first. Ninja. Do the math. Ask Rye if it's a good thing the next time you cuddle in that bed again. She'll even tell you leave the boy alone before you get your head split again. Like, Drake was fuming. The tension goes way back to when Rocky openly claimed he hooked up with Sophie Brousseau, Drake's baby mama, before Drake did. Rocky didn't sugarcoat it either. He basically said, I hit it first, and made sure people knew, but Drake wasn't going to let that slide quietly. His clapback? Reminding everyone that while Rocky was busy bragging about Sophie, he was dating Rihanna, aka the ultimate prize in Drake's mind. Rihanna has always been the one for Drake. Since day one, he's been obsessed. Songs, interviews, award shows. Drake constantly gushed about her. He wanted something real. Rihanna, she was cool keeping it casual, at least in the beginning. They had insane chemistry. On tracks like What's My Name, Take Care, and Work. Every time they teamed up, it felt electric. But while Rihanna was keeping it light, Drake was catching serious feelings. He even addressed one of their early dates in Fireworks, talking about their night at Lucky Strike Bowling Alley. I just thought that you feck with me. What happened between us that night, it always seems to trouble me. Drake stayed doing interviews like they were secretly married. Rihanna, on the other hand, she was dodging questions and moving on.
Can you not feel a tad overwhelmed? Tell her, Rizzo.
I mean,
about
at
it.
first it was kind of like, oh, and I'm tired. But then,
What a blessing.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. But girl, you know, now is this putting R9 on pause even longer? Because you were in production.
No, maybe a couple videos, but
A couple videos.
I could sing.
Yes, you can. Any other news you want to break to us? Because you had that Savage X Fenty lingerie line coming out. It was a bridal line.
Yeah.
Any other news you want to break to us right now?
It's not our first bridal line. Go shop bridal, savagex.com.
I was just thinking maybe you were celebrating another milestone in life right now.
No, girl, you know I don't keep secrets very well.
Okay. All right, just making sure. Have fun.
Seriously, it's kind of embarrassing how Drake kept holding on to a fantasy that never actually existed. Rihanna never claimed him, not once. Even back in 2009, when they were hanging out and hooking up, she kept things very quiet and never called it a relationship. Looking back, she probably saw the drama from a mile away and decided it wasn't worth it. And turns out, she was right, because what really pushed her away was the fact that Drake cheated, and this was when they weren't even fully official. That was enough for Rihanna to put distance between them for good. Later in an interview, she said, "We don't have a friendship now, but we're not enemies either. It is what it is." Translation, she's done. Rihanna is super loyal to her people. She's been with the same circle, her day ones, for years. That kind of loyalty is rare in her world. So the fact that she fully cut Drake off while still giving Chris Brown another chance after everything says a lot. Whatever Drake did must have crossed a serious line. You'd think he'd take that as a sign and finally move on, right? Nope. Drake stayed in his dooloo. Man was acting like this was some tragic love story. He even told LeBron James that he had to mourn the fantasy of marrying Rihanna and starting a family with her. Like this was The Notebook or something. Meanwhile, Rihanna had already made it clear that she wasn't trying to build any future with him. It's not a love story. It's a one-sided obsession. But seriously, it's kind of embarrassing how Drake kept holding on to a fantasy that never actually existed. Rihanna never claimed him, not once. Even back in 2009, when they were hanging out and hooking up, she kept things very quiet and never called it a relationship. Looking back, she probably saw the drama from a mile away and decided it wasn't worth it. And turns out, she was right, because what really pushed her away was the fact that Drake cheated, and this was when they weren't even fully official. That was enough for Rihanna to put distance between them for good. Later in an interview, she said, "We don't have a friendship now, but we're not enemies either. It is what it is." Translation, she's done. Rihanna is super loyal to her people. She's been with the same, her day ones, for years. That kind of loyalty is rare in her world, so the fact that she fully cut Drake off while still giving Chris Brown another chance after everything says a lot. Whatever Drake did must have crossed a serious line. You'd think he'd take that as a sign and finally move on, right? Nope, Drake stayed in his dooloo. Man was acting like this was some tragic love story. He even told LeBron James that he had to mourn the fantasy of marrying Rihanna and starting a family with her. Like this was The Notebook or something. Meanwhile, Rihanna had already made it clear that she wasn't trying to build any future. It's not a love story. It's a one-sided obsession.
Do we do it? Yeah, I mean, I guess over the duration of our knowing each other, I think we've done some normal things. I don't know if we've ever played board games, but I mean, I know we go bowling a lot. Not necessarily with Rihanna a lot.
Okay, just you and your crew.
We've been bowling before. And then, you know, I love doing like just, to me, the club is work, you know, the majority of the time. So I like to do things like go to the arcade and play games, or go bowling, play ping pong, go-karting, paintball, which we haven't done because these guys are scared.
Okay.
Because I'm the best, you know what I'm saying? My squad
You're
is the best.
You're the best.
Yeah. I'm the, you know. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, we do things to have fun all the time.
I see. I mean,
I see you wrote down Scrabble and Battleship.
yeah, I did, because I had to remember. Look,
right. Yeah,
I've got to remember my jokes by numbers.
I think she's. I think we're in the same building. Maybe I'll ask her if she wants to play Scrabble.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Drake and Rihanna themed Scrabble.
That's kind of sexy.
Yeah, sexy Scrabble.
You never know where that could end up.
Just using rude words.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll keep it PG-13.
Yeah, it was getting real weird. Rihanna had already made it clear she wanted nothing to do with Drake romantically, but instead of backing off, he kept getting more petty, and then came his track, Fear of Heights. That's where things really went low. Drake basically dissed Rihanna and her relationship with ASAP Rocky. The lyrics that had everyone raising eyebrows were, "Why they make it sound like I'm still hung up on you? That could never be girl can't run me, better him than, me better, it's not me, I'm anti. He even mocked their sex life, saying, "Yeah, the intimacy was average with you. Yeah, I'm anti because I had it with you." Clearly that was a jab at both Rihanna and her song Anti, and people were not feeling it. Then he turned his shots toward ASAP, calling him whipped and implying he's stuck in a relationship Drake claims he's above. Drake rapped, "He's still with you, he can't leave you, y'all go on vacation, but it's anti-eagle now." Petty? Yes. Bitterness? All over the track. And if there was any hope for him and Rihanna to be cool again, that verse shut the door permanently. But here's where it gets worse. Remember when Millie Bobby Brown casually mentioned in an interview that she and Drake text often? She was only 14 at the time. Drake was in his early 30s. She said he gives her advice about boys and relationships. Like it was cute or something. But let's be honest, that raised major red flags. A grown man texting a teenage girl regularly? There's no excuse for that. Even fans who defended him before started saying Rihanna definitely dodged a bullet. And the way it's all played out? She really did.
It's really hard on my parents for giving me sort of a childhood that I had to wrap my mind around, you know, as I grew. I, you know, multiple times sort of suggested that they could have done a better job of whatever it was. Yeah, co-parenting, sticking together, you know, not being so divided, and of course, you know, as life takes shape and teaches you your own lessons, I end up in this situation where I don't have the fairy tale like, oh, Drake started a family with Rihanna and like this is like so perfect, or like, you know, Drake, yeah, it's like it looks so good on paper.
I wanted that too.
Well, I mean,
and I didn't get it too.
By the way, I wanted that too at one time. You know,
he got it. When I had a kid, that was one of the things I was worried about telling my mom. Was that a hard thing to tell your parents?
It raised a lot of eyebrows. A grown man texting a 14-year-old girl about boys is not just odd, it's inappropriate. Millie Bobby Brown casually mentioned it, showing how normalized this boundary crossing can become. Instead of setting boundaries, people laughed it off. Now, insider reports claim Drake allegedly has staff who scout young women, helping him connect with them at events. If true, this is dangerous and paints a troubling picture of someone using power to control who gets close to him. Looking back, Rihanna distancing herself makes a lot more sense now.
About your relationship with Drake. Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about?
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more." He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna go and see him. I'm so excited. Yeah.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys. He helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
There have also been disturbing rumors circulating that Drake has hosted wild, Diddy-style parties in Toronto. What makes these claims even more unsettling is the allegation that his target audience at these events is typically high school girls.
It's basically just to text girls to invite to Drake's parties.
Oh, sweetie, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Now, everything I'm about to tell you is 100% true, and this information came to me from one of the crew members on Drake's tour. This was the guy who did all the tech stuff, and he told me that Drake has an employee whose job is to go around town looking for super hot girls. He finds the girls, and then he interviews them, and out of all the girls he interviews, he picks the one that he thinks is the best, then he drives her to Drake's place, Drake has sex with her, and then he drives her home. So basically, Drake has his own private Tinder.
The most damaging part of this situation, however, was the diss track Kendrick dropped called Meet the Grams, where he slammed Drake with some serious allegations. He name-dropped Drake's mom, Sandra, saying, "Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy. Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts." Kendrick went on, accusing Drake of having disturbing tendencies, even comparing him to Harvey Weinstein. He claimed that Drake hates black women, criticized his actions and the people he allegedly associates with, and suggested that Drake kept sex offenders on his payroll. The track painted a grim picture of Drake's character. Meanwhile, while Rihanna is expanding her family with the love of her life, Drake has continued to struggle in finding the right woman for him. His relationships have been mostly unsuccessful, and there was that one time he got clowned for admitting he had thought about proposing 42 times to 42 different women, something that definitely should have stayed private.
From Canada, so obviously I wanted, Drake to win. But if I'm being real with you, bro, growing up in high school, 16, 17, 18, having a crush on the baddest girl in your school, and then seeing her post at Drake's mansion every single time, seeing Drake in the follows, you don't know how demoralizing that is to a young teenage boy in Canada. So if I'm gonna be real, I've been waiting for this guy's downfall for a minute. I'm gonna still bump his music because that shit goes crazy, but this is for the younger generation. You don't have to deal with that bullshit no more.
Drake had engagement rings made into a necklace, with the jeweler revealing it symbolized previous engagements for all the times he thought about it but never did. 42 rings totaling 351.38 carats. Who thinks about proposing 42 times? This explains why he's still hung up on Rihanna, shading her and reacting bitterly to her new baby. Despite his fame and money, Drake hasn't found a stable relationship. Whenever someone he wanted moves on, he turns petty. It's like he can't stand seeing others happy unless he's part of it. Is Drake out of pocket or just more celebrity drama? Let me know your thoughts.